Let's now begin our musical journey, the journey into the learning of Carnatic music. The first and foremost thing that one should keep in mind is the Shruti. Shruti is the most important factor, and before we start singing, we should know what Shruti is. Shruti is the fundamental tonic, fundamental tone to which the singer always adheres to and sings. This is because our Indian classical music system in general is a melody based system. We in fact say Shruti is equivalent to mother, Shruti Mata. Now, the instruments that provide the Shruti while singing or even in a concert is the tambura that you see here, the tambura. Nowadays, we also have electronically made tampuras and Shruti boxes. The tambura is also called the drone. Now, there are 4 strings here. 1, the 2 strings in between are tuned to the fundamental pitch or the Shruti of the singer. Normally, the male singers, they have a pitch range from C to about D, D sharp. The female singers, the range is from F to about A. It's a larger range. Now, the fundamental tonic or the Shruti of a singer is based on the range that the singer has. So, before you start singing, you should now see the range. You should have a range of 2.5 octaves. For example, my Shruti is G. Sa. So the range should be ideally starting from the lower pa, mandrasthai pa. Pa, sa, pa, sa, pa. So that should be the range. 2 is good enough, 2.5 octaves is ideal. So this is how one decides on what one's Shruti or the pitch is. And now, the 2 strings in the center called the Sarani and Anusarani are set to the fundamental tone or the pitch of the singer. For example, that is the Sa. Sa. Sa of the Madhyasthai. That is the normal range. The Pa, the first string, is tuned to Panchamam, Pa. So the first is Pa, Pa, Sa, Sa. That is the Mandrasthai Sa, the lower octave. And the method of strumming the tampura is the middle finger is used for plucking the Panchama Tanti string. The remaining strings are strummed with the index finger. It's very important for a singer to know how to tune a tambura and also how to strum the tambura, play the tambura. It is actually not right to depend on the electronic tambura and the electronic Shruti box. These are used only in extreme cases, probably when a manual tambura is not available or when a player is not available at times, or when it is difficult to transport the tambura from one place to another. However, let me give you a peek into the tuning of a tambura. These called the buradais These are used for the major change in the Shruti. For example, if this is say this is not right. Now this is not right. So I am trying to change it by almost a semitone. This is used for major tuning. Then for finer tuning, we use the beads here. Any fine adjustments. And the thread here is not just for ornamentation or for any useless purpose. This actually, when adjusted minutely, gives the maximum amplitude, so it gives off a very rich harmonic tone. That is when you get this nice tone. So this is actually called the jiva, the life of the tambura. So this is how we tune a tambura. The actual posture that you see in a concert is this. It's very important for a singer to maintain a specific posture while singing. The posture is important because not only it looks nice when someone sees you on the stage without a slump like this, but it's also very good for the back, and it provides a very nice passage for breathing. It's like a straw. Imagine a straw when you're drinking something with a straw and there's going to be a slump, there's going to be a kink when you drink. Do you think you'll get the juice to your mouth? No. In a similar way, if you sit straight, the passage, the air passage, because after all, singing is all about breathing. So the air passage will remain clear and will remain uninhibited without any hurdles and obstacles. So the singing will be very, very clear, and the breath intake and the exhalation of breath will be very easy. See, when you sing with a slump, say for example the sapasa, sa, pa, sa. This may sound okay, but not the best. So when one sits straight with the back upright, you give lot of room for the expansion, the movement of the abdominal muscles, the diaphragm and the chest. So the voice production is maximum, and one can also sing in a very, very relaxed way. Sa, pa, sa. So the volume is more, the tonal quality is better, and certainly it looks nice, isn't it? And there are so many do's and don'ts before you even start singing. For example, the way you keep your mouth. Never sing, open your mouth in that fashion. It doesn't sound good. And certain places, especially in the higher octaves, it's very difficult to produce the voice properly. It's not good at all. Similarly, one shouldn't shout in order to get the best tonal quality, or when one thinks you need to get the best tonal quality, it is not necessary to shout at all. That's not right either. So, you should neither open your mouth too much, ah or ah. It should be rounded. The mouth should be kept like this. Ah. So the sound waves will be focused and the timbre and the tonal quality will be the best. Ah, ah. This way the breath control will also be better and one can sustain on a note for a longer time. The fade out is also possible. Otherwise, you go breathless, and it's like No, you never do that. The fade out should also be very, very smooth and seamless. So it's very important to understand the way you produce the voice. We have a number of exercises for this. One of the best and the oldest known exercise or the oldest known syllable is Om. One can start the practice with that. Om. In fact, to improve the tonal quality, it will be best to practice sustain on specific notes using akaram. One can keep a track of the time and keep bettering one's record. For example, if I'm able to sustain for 5 seconds today, maybe tomorrow it will be 7 and then it will be 10 and then it will keep increasing. So the sustain on a specific note without cutting off at the end with a nice fade out will be the best practice and the tonal quality will also be very good. The same practice can be done with different vowels, akaram, u, e, o, a and so on. But a 3-in-1 is the Om, of course, a, u and m. So you can also get the m. Even if one has a cold or a nasal blockage, practicing this the three merging seamlessly into the other. This ensures that your voice is good, your breathing is perfect, and your nasal passage is also very clear and nice. These are very important before one starts learning the actual exercises.